Yeah, in the last class, I discussed with you about what is the importance of corrections, like what is the use of array, object, as well as string. And I just clearly mentioned you. So from where you have to collect this information. So I strongly told you to go into the MDN and from the MDN try to collect your strings as well as arrays and objects. Okay, and we just started discussion about array, and generally when you're searching for array like this, you will get so many documents, so many articles. Among them, choose the first one, that is what? JavaScript reference global objects array. Choose that. The same way, when you want to read about string, you can search for the string. So you can choose that same option, web, JavaScript, reference, global objects. In that, there is the option string. Try to choose that string. The same way, object also. And in that, so there is an array and it having so much of methods, so many methods, and go into these all methods and try to understand the methods. Okay. So in the last class, this is our class 2 actually. I just already copied some notes. This is our last class. And in that, what we're trying to discuss. So generally, we started discussion about arrays and objects and strings. And in that, I just started array, and array having elements, collection of elements, and every element having index value, and using its first and last index, if we can capture the elements from 0 to last index, and using for loop, we're trying to display the elements. Of course, we discuss one more program about sum of natural numbers. So for that, this is a best way. The same way, people for time complexity as well as some memory complexity, they invented some of the methods to not to encourage global variables. Okay, so we'll start with for each first, then we'll go to map, then we'll go to filter, then we'll go to reduce. So already I just copied some of the documents for you. Uh, for in these documents, for example, if you go to filters, yeah, there are some uh, my examples. What the examples I just given. So of course I will discuss some of them, and same way in map and filter as well as in for reduce, and the same way, yeah, just written some assignments. So some of the assignments on map, some of the assignments on filter, some of the assignments on reduce. Okay, yeah. So just after understanding this all, you can try to go with the assignments. Okay. Yeah. So after completion of this class, you will get these two classes notes. Okay. Yeah, I'm going into the second class. Okay. So I just starts with the.
Is this the starting session of JavaScript?
This is a second one. Actually, this is a second session. Last day, I mean, yesterday we just started the first class.
Okay, I have not added them.
Oh, yeah, but that's what the you just seen, right? In the first class, I just covered array and some of the characteristics of array, like array having index values. Do you have any knowledge about array, or you don't have anything?
I just know the basics, sir, not completely.
No problem.
Actually, I was intimated today only to add for this.
Uh, that's what. I'm also spoke to Raju about what why you're not joined Bindu in the last class. So he mentioned me, no, Bindu asked me today itself, so I joined her. No
Um,
problem, Bindu. I just send you in the notes. Just please go through that. If you not understand anything, I'll definitely read. I mean, I will explain the point that again. Okay. Yeah. Don't worry. Actually, the main concept is starting today. That is map, filter, these kind of things. So don't worry about the last class. Okay. Yeah. So first, the very first thing we need to talk about for each. Yeah. So already I told you array. This is an array, right? In array, there are so many methods. Among them, there is a for each method. Okay. So what is the meaning of this? So this for each method, where it is for each? Yeah, this one. This method, which is relevant to array, this is a array method. You can see the for each method is method of array. So if your input is not array, then you can't use for each. Try to take array with some numbers. Example, I am trying to take 1, comma, 2, comma, 3, comma, 4, comma, 5. Okay. Or else maybe these are my friends. These are my friends like Omkar, Raju, and Harish, like this. Okay. These are my friends. And I want to play with some method like for each with this all input elements. For that, you can write array dot for each. Okay. For each, and inside you can write a function. In future, instead of this function, we are going to use arrow function. But before starting the arrow function, yeah, just trying to use normal function. Okay. Yes. So what is the meaning of this? Array dot for each, and for each will call this function. Okay. So our next question, how many times for each will call this function? Okay. For each will call this function depend on the length of this array. What is
three
the array
times.
length? Array length is 3. Array length is 3. So for each will execute this function for 3 times. Okay. For each will call this function for 3 times. Okay. It will execute 3 times. Then what will happen? This function is expecting some arguments. This function will expect arguments. For example, I'm trying to take first argument. You just give any name, any name. For example, I just want to give x1, x2, x3. You just give any names. Don't worry. I just given x1 and x2, x3, but you can give element, index, or just give any names. Okay. But what will happen? In the first iteration means when for each call this function for first time, what happens? At that time, according to my argument names, what the names are given. So consider these names now. So x1 is means the first argument will be Omkar. First argument will be Omkar. And what about the x2? In that first iteration, x2, that is a in second argument of the function, that function, that is 0. That means index of Omkar. And x3 will be, sorry, complete array. Okay. So this is the iteration 1. Okay. And same apply the same concept for the iteration 2. Of course, it's Raju. And iteration will be, the index value will be 1, and the third argument will be complete array again, and so on and so forth. It will continue until uh, up to the array length. So if your array length is 10, it will execute 10 times. Okay, simply trying to console dot log x1 comma x2 comma x3. Okay, so and in my class 2, I just want to create HTML file. For that, here I'm trying to write command. So I just given cmd and click on enter and try to enter code space dot. So what is the use of this command? To open VS Code with the class 2. Okay, I already installed VS Code in my computer. Okay, so execute this command code space dot, click on enter. Yeah, VS Code is open with my class 2 folder, with this current folder. Okay, I will tell you again. So yeah, for JavaScript and for React, I'm going to use VS Code. How to open VS Code? Generally, we have an option. You can search VS Code here and you can open directly from here. Or else you have to be in your project, remove this file path and type cmd and click on enter. Command prompt to open with your current project and enter code space dot, click on enter. See, yeah, VS Code open with my project. Okay, and here try to create a HTML file, index.html. Yeah, in this try to write, yeah, HTML, and there is a HTML colon 5, right? Click on enter. Automatically it will write HTML code for you, and in that try to open script. After that, try to place my JavaScript code. What is the code I written? Just copy this and place between the script tags. Okay, and when you're using VS Code, try to do one thing. There is so many options, right? There is the last option that is called extensions. Click on that and try to install live server. Live server. Yeah, there is the option of live server. Click on this and I already installed. If you're not installed, there is the option to install. If you click on install, then it will install live server. Once live server installed, you will get this option, go live. Click on go live. Go live and right click on this and go to the inspect. There is a console option. You can see Omkar 0 and complete array. Raju 1 complete array. Harish 2 complete array. Sir, for example, I just want to change my data. I want to change my data. I want to add Sridhar. Save this. See what happened? Omkar 0, Raju 1, Harish 2, Sridhar 3. And along with the computer complete array. So that x3, either you can use x3, the third argument, or else you can use the original array. But we already discussed, don't touch the original array. So don't try to touch the original array, try to use the local variable. So these are the local variables. Instead of taking x1, x2, x3, try to take element, try to take index, and try to take array. Okay, some array name. You can give any name. So you can use like this. And what is the problem with for each? Okay, we understand the strength of for each. Means in each iteration you are getting the element, you are getting the index value of it, index value of each element, and you're getting complete array. That's fine. But what is the problem? What is the problem with the for each? In interview will going to ask this question. What is the problem with for each? Okay. Coming to for each, for each will not return anything. Okay. For each will not return you anything. It's not going to return anything. So what is the use of for each? Like like for loop, like for loop, how that for loop is working with iterations, same way for each will for each for each element it will repeat, but it is not going to return anything. Generally, what is the strength of function? Function will expect the arguments and it will perform some operation. Finally, it will return the result. But for each, it don't have that kind of operation. It's not going to return anything. To return something, you need one more method, name called map. Okay. So this is a problem with for each. So to overcome this problem, we are going to use map. Okay. So come down. Yeah. Fine. There are some points about map. Map same like for each in arguments, but the difference, map can return anything in each iteration. Very, very important. What is map? What map is doing? Map is returning something in each iteration. Sir, for example, in some iteration, I'm not going to return something. Then what will happen? In some iteration, in one iteration or two iterations, I don't want to return anything. Then what happen? Yeah, definitely we'll discuss that. Okay? Because you must return, you must return in each iteration. Okay? So if you're not use return keyword in some iteration, then something happens. That something happen, we'll discuss. Okay? So that is actually interview question. Okay? And same, try to copy this. And this is our program one. Okay? Then go into the program two. Program two. Okay? Yeah. Instead of for each, generally, for example, if you use a result like this, okay, and maybe you trying to use return with anything, okay, then if you write console dot log result, okay, so don't worry about this console.log. Already we discussed about that console.log. So this console.log, what it will return? It will return undefined. Means you, yeah, it is not supporting any return. No, it is not supporting any return. So obviously it will return undefined. Okay. So to overcome that problem, we're trying to use map. So here, when you use map, what will happen? Yeah, what you are returning, that is assigned to the array. So the result will be array. This map, what it is returning, it is framing some array. And in each iteration, what you are returning, that is added into this array. So in first iteration, what you return? You return anything, right? So yeah, that anything added into this in the first iteration. In the second iteration, you return anything again. In the third iteration, you return anything again. So three times it return anything. If you have any doubt, please copy this. Yeah. Or else there is for each, right? Yeah. So try to write where result So instead of this console.log, try to use return. Try to use return. Okay? Return anything and try to write console.log result. Then go to your output. It returned you undefined, right? Yeah. So instead of for each, try to place map. See what will happen. It is written anything four times because you have four elements here. Omkar, Raju, Harish, Sridhar. So it returned four times anything. Okay. For example, you have three elements. As per my notes, you get three times anything. Okay. Sir, I don't want this anything. I want some value. I want to say hello to my friends. So do that. Yeah. So instead of anything, I'm just trying to place hello, hello, concatenation, and that x1. You can see hello Omkar, hello Raju, hello Harish. So in each, yeah, you were just you're performing some operation, something operation on each element. So that is the use of map. And you're performing some operation and the result you are trying to store into that resultant array. If you want, go here and search for the map. I'll come back. Yeah, click on map. You can see what they're telling. Map is a method of array. So just try to understand, map will work with array, not work with the string, not work with the object. And instances create new array means in each iteration what you are returning, that creates new array populated with the result of calling a provided function on every element in calling array. So you called some array, right? So in each element you got something result. That result, using that result, you're creating the populated result, uh, that creating some new array. Okay, so that is the point they're trying to tell you. Yeah, in this example, they're directly using arrow function. As of now, I'm not introduced you arrow function. So yeah, I'm not going with the arrow function now. Later in the future classes, definitely we are going to execute these logics using arrow function. So I don't want to confuse you by adding so much of subject here. Here, my interest will be array methods. So I'm just focusing on array methods. Okay. Yes. So next, go to the program 3. Program 3. Instead of this anything, I'm trying to place hello plus x1. Okay. So what will be the result?
It should be of arithmetic operations only, sir.
It, what is the point? You want to perform arithmetic operations?
We can only perform arithmetic operations using map.
No, it's not arithmetic operation. No, it's string concatenation.
Yeah, it's concatenation, but works with operators only.
No, no. Just try to understand. Um, maybe you have there. I given some point. What is that? Map will work with the arrays. That is one strong point. Second, you have array of elements. Okay. So for example, you want to know length of each string.
Okay.
So this is not arithmetic operation,
Hmm.
but
Yes.
there is a underline point. You want to perform same operation on each element.
Hmm.
For example, I just conducted some exam for you three, and I conducted exam for 25 marks. But 20 marks are given from the syllabus. What the syllabus we discussed in the class, I given 20 marks from that syllabus, and 5 marks out of syllabus I given. So you just asked me, no, you just given 25 marks exam paper, but only 20 marks came from syllabus, and the rest of the 5 marks you have to add. In that way, you just add a point. So I accepted. So I want to add 5 marks for every student.
Okay.
I want to add 5 marks for every student. Okay. So for example, I just want to give increment to every employee, or else
With
I want to uh, calculate the strength of every employee, every, each. Then you will going to work with a map.
okay, sir.
Clear? Good.
One operation on all elements in the array.
One operation, exactly. One operation with each element. That's absolutely correct.
Okay.
Yeah. So this one. What happened with this one? It given you length of each element. So first one, Omkar, it is 5. So okay. In the next program, I'm going to write this. This one. Hello with X1. X1. And my program 4 will be, I just want to return the length of each string, every person name. So Omkar it is 5, Raju it is 4, Harish it is 7. Okay. So if you have any question, please place your code into VS Code and what's the output? 547. Yeah, absolutely. And there is a problem in map. It's not problem. I'm just mentioning problem. It's not problem. It is characteristics of that method. Map created for one purpose, already mentioned, to perform same operation each element. And other methods created for another purpose. For example, for example, you have a use case. You want, you don't want index 1 person or index 2 person. I want to get elements up to index 1. Okay, try to write a condition. So what we are trying to write, x1 less than or equal to 1 means when x,
X2, right?
yeah,
X2.
right. You're absolutely correct. X2 greater than or equal to 1 means when x2 0 and when x2 1, this condition is true. More than 1, it is false. So yeah, you're trying to send the length, or if you want, you can directly give x, or you can write hello x. You can write anything. So what exactly happened? You're trying to return Omkar, and you're trying to return Raju, and you're not trying to return Harish.
Beautiful.
But yeah, we already
Beautiful.
discussed map, in each iteration it have to return something. Map, it will return something in each iteration. It have to return something, but you are not written in the third iteration. So then what you have to do? It have to return undefined.
Screen was not okay.
You can't see my screen?
Visible, visible.
Is it okay now, or else you can't see my screen?
Now it is visible, sir.
Okay, okay. So it's okay now, right? Yeah. See, what happened exactly? Yeah. For Omkar, for Raju, it is written your element. But in third iteration, this condition is false. You are not trying to return anything. So what is written?
Undefined.
Undefined. Undefined is written. So you can see this. Go and place that into script and try to execute this. Go to browser and watch the output. Yeah. Omkar, Raju, undefined. Here we, okay. So just try to understand. Just try to understand. It's not understanding that you written a condition because this map characteristics is what it is created for a purpose to perform a specific operation on each element. Then how to write, how to handle these conditions? For that, to avoid undefined, use filter. Okay, because map characteristic is not condition based. Okay, yeah. So what is the you? What is the point here? For condition oriented logic, use filter. There is a logic with with conditions. Then try to use filter. Okay. Yes, but there is a problem with the filter. I'm using problem word, but don't consider as problem. It is characteristics. But why I'm using problem? Because I'm just comparing with, I'm just transforming from one method to another method. I just transformed from for each to map. When I'm transforming from for each to map, I just mention the problem. What is the issue with for each? Then why we have to use map? Now, what is happening in the map? Why we are going to the filter? Okay. Yeah. Here, I again we need 2 points like map, filter, same like for each. In arguments. So it will express same arguments. Map can return anything, right? Map can anything return anything in each iteration, but it will return elements. Filter can return element, element in when you return. Okay, so what is the point of this? So can't you return anything from the filter? Yes, you can't return anything from the filter. You can return only element, not like map. Like for example, in map, I return hello Omkar, but from the filter, you can't return hello Omkar. You can return only Omkar. You can't return hello Omkar. Okay, I will show you that. Then you can understand. Like this, and in our sixth program, in my sixth program. Yes. Generally, what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to use filter here. First, I'm not using any condition. I'm just returning hello like that. But yeah, it will not return hello. It will return only elements. Okay.
హలో
Yes.
చెప్పరా
Ramakrishna, mute yourself.
అంటే లాస్ట్
Yeah. What we're discussing? Filter, right? Bindu, right? Yeah. Yeah. You will get this one. Okay. Try to place your code here and try to expect the output. You're getting Omkar, Raju, and Harish. Okay. But I'm not written only element. I'm written something. So that is the point you have to understand between map and filter. So instead of filter, if you use map, what happens? Hello Omkar, hello Raju, hello Harish. This happen. For example, if you use filter, don't worry about the condition. That is different topic again. We are talking about written topic. In map, we can return anything. In filter, you can't return anything. You can return only element. Clear? Yes. Next, I have a condition. You can write x2 greater than or sorry, less than or equal to x2. Sorry, 1. So then what happen? You will get only,
Returns X1 and X2.
yeah, you will get only
Omkar and Raju.
Omkar Raju. So for example, I want to return x2, then what happens? You can return anything. Don't worry, you can return anything. It will return only Omkar
0,
and Raju.
1.
Yeah, no, it will return only Omkar and Raju.
Yes.
Okay, so I will try to execute this program. Oh, what happened? What about Omkar? There is
Give
a.
it X1s.
I will tell you. I will tell you. Okay. So if you
It
want
is
to,
taking last return value.
Bindu, it is completely out of syllabus. You can't understand this point directly. I will
Okay.
explain you. I will explain you. So first, we need to understand a concept name called truthy and falsy. Okay. See, after understanding this, you can answer my question. Don't worry, you will able to understand this problem. But first, try to understand truthy and falsy. Very, very important point. Very, very important. Sorry. You can write falsy. See, when I'm writing a condition, basically I will ask you 1, 2 questions. You no need to answer, just try to understand. Okay? So we can write true directly, and we can write false, and I'm trying to write 0. I'm trying to write 1. I'm trying to write 2. I'm trying to write empty array, I'm trying to write empty object, I'm trying to write empty string, okay, I'm trying to write empty zero, string zero. So these all are the questions. In interview going to ask all these questions. Okay, anyone tell me whether right or wrong? Is it considered of, I mean, are we entering into this block? Is it true or false?
True.
Yes.
True. And then this one?
False.
False, really good. The next one?
False.
False. The next one?
True. True. True.
True. Yeah, and true. And the next one?
False. 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 True.
False. False. And false, right?
Yeah. False.
False and true.
True.
Okay? Yeah. See, guys, I will tell you this. I will show you something first, then I will come back to again. Okay? See, these two documents will give you clear idea what is considered as true and what is considered as false. And they clearly mention generally everything is true except false, 0, -0, 0n, empty, quotes, null, undefined, not a number. These are the false values. Okay, these all are the false values. And except this, all are true. Okay, so then I'm going to the falsy. You can see null, false, undefined, false, not a number, false, 0, -0, false, 0n, false, empty string, false, and document dot all, it is also considered as false. Okay, it is also false. And see how many are given from this. Even now you can answer. Now you can answer. Of course, true and false, true, true. This is we consider as false, but it is not mentioned in the false list. So don't worry about this. This also not mentioned inside this false. So this is also true, and this also true.
True.
Sorry, yeah, and this is it's
Empty
mentioned right.
string.
Yeah, it's false, and this is true. So except this true, yeah, you given everything correct. Yeah, really good, really good. So this kind of knowledge you required is just see true, empty object, empty array, 42. 42 means any number. 0 with quotes, false with quotes, and of course minus number, any number n, and minus infinity, plus infinity. Okay, any number, any minus number. Yeah, these all consider as true. Okay, yeah. So fine. Now you understand truthy and falsy values. Okay, yeah. Somewhere please note down. Yeah, I'm giving you general idea, right? Yeah. Somewhere you just note down this. Try to shortlist your falsy and truthy values. It will helps you throughout your career. It is helpful throughout your career. Very important. In interview, most of the interviewers will ask you about these questions. Most of the interviewers. Okay. Anyway. So, okay, this is okay, but why I didn't get that element omkar in the first iteration? Here. So don't worry about this condition. Even at this return, if you return true, it will return element. If you return false, it will not return anything.
Okay.
So in first iteration, What is x2? It is 0, right?
0.
0 is false. So
So
it is
we
not
can
written.
use nothing.
That's why it's not written Omkar.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah. This is called basics. So if you understand this all basics, then you can understand the programming logic. So that's why what I given. I given like this. So what exactly happened? This is a empty string, right?
Concatenated with 0.
Yes. Then it is empty zero. I'm sorry. Quotes with zero means this use case. It is treated as true and Omkar is written.
Yes.
Yeah, I will show that output and then you can understand more. What happened? Somewhere I'm not uncommented. What what I what mistake I made? From where? From 24th line? I've not done anything. Okay, maybe I'm not saved. That's why I didn't. I get the error. So yeah, it's quotes zero. That's why I got the answer. So I'm just giving x2. You get only Raju. So yeah, maybe interview will ask this question. Maybe if I am giving interview, if I'm not assume that zero, then I am also giving wrong answer. I'm going to give a wrong answer. So we are all humans. We make mistakes. No problem. You have to understand the things. So giving answer to the interviewer is different topic. Understand the things is really matters. Understand the things. Okay. Yeah. 99% of interviewers will see into your approach, not about your answers. For example, they will check you and they will ask you what is the answer if you give Omkar and Raju. Then they will ask you, and what your if your return falls from the filter, what will happen? Ah, no, no. If we return false from the filter, then it will not return anything. Then what about the zero? Ah, it's false value. No. So yeah, it will not return Omkar. If you give that answer, then interviewer will understand. Okay, maybe they will confused. So they will look into your approach. You need to talk to the interviewer in the right way with your basic or fundamental knowledge. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. For your better understanding, I will place this program. Okay. Yeah. This is here. You're not getting Omkar. You will get only Raju. Program. I will change the numbers. Don't worry. This is 8 and this is 7, and I'm going to place one more program because the first basic program I don't want to confuse you when you're practicing filter. I just want to give you a clear idea. Just place x1 and you will get Omkar and Raju. And this is a tricky program. For this, refer refer Shruti and falsy values. And here your answer will be yeah. So this is the knowledge about uh, map, filter, and for each. So go through all this discussion, okay? And better consider MDN as your guidance. Okay, I will give you my notes, don't worry. But yeah, so for your side, just go through this documentation and try to spend time on for each. the basic examples, what it is given, and what kind of knowledge they want to provide you. Just go through all of them and try to acquire knowledge. Okay. So this seems like how we will handle with for loop. The same way we are trying to use for each. Okay. S- So, but what is the main thing? What you observe problem with for each? For each can't return anything. So that's why we're trying to use map and try to understand the basic definition of it. And here it's using arrow function. Don't worry, you can use normal function, and you can see the the rest of the documentation and try to take that. See squares of each element, square root of each element. This is method at square root, and there is a discussion about key and value pair. Okay, so that will be our future discussion. Yeah, this is very, very important. It's an array and map, and you're giving parse int and you're trying to return directly parse int. So this kind of things. Okay, and the same way go with the filter also. Filter. Where is it filter? Alphabetical order, right? Yes. Okay. So it's talking about shallow copy, and don't worry about shallow copy and deep copy. I'm going to cover these topics in the future classes. You no need to worry, just focus on this. Uh, yeah, it's giving you some of the examples, right? Yeah, when you're returning some, there is an array filter, and it's calling some function, and in that function, it's sending a value to send and perform some operation, and maybe you can place your function inside this, or you can write a function outside and you just try to call that function name. Both are same, there is no difference, and finally you will get this answer. Okay, so 12
For
138.
map also we can call function inside, right?
You can call same, it applicable everywhere, like it is in
Okay.
for each and it is in map, it is in filter, same. Means this is another kind of discussion. See, there is no parenthesis, right? If you place parenthesis here, that is function calling. If you're not placing parenthesis, it is function definition. Yeah. When I will tell you about the closure, I'm going to tell you about this topic. Okay? Yeah. So there is a program for prime number, and see, there are so many programs for you to understand about filter, map, reduce, and of course, I will give you many examples. Just go through all these examples and try to acquire knowledge. See, in I think in one interview, Abdul Kalam sir given a proper definition to learn something. What is that? First, first acquire knowledge, then implement that knowledge, and implement that knowledge continuously. Okay, so yeah, if you acquiring knowledge, that's not enough. Of course, if you read one documentation, you will get some knowledge. But if you close this tab, if you not store this information somewhere, or else if you not read this these documents every day or maybe weekly twice or thrice, definitely you'll forget in the future. So try to prepare your own notes with your own handwriting. So actually, generally, I attended so much of seminars for motivation as well as those kind of things. In some seminars or conferences, I am the speaker. In some other interviews, I attended to listen some speaker's speech. See, some of my friend, he's a psychologist. He told me something point. That is, for example, in Indian culture, not in foreign, in Indian culture, we will remember our our own handwriting a lot. We give a lot of respect to our own writing. For example, if you read a printed book, for example, you're trying to read your own handwriting, you will collect most from your own handwriting instead of printed. That is Indian culture. Because we studied from our childhood the same way. For example, coming to foreigners, they will never write so much of information in the notes. They try to listen. Their listening skills are good. Our reading skills are good. So yeah, try to understand, try to believe in our childhood system. Try to prepare your own notes. That helps you for your lifetime. This is one time process. Prepare your notes with your own handwriting and try to read that every day, every day, every day. Then one fine day, definitely you can understand that core level. Okay? Yeah, guys. We'll meet in the next class and we'll continue our discussion. Any questions?
Yes. Will you share the files now?
Yeah, I'm going to share you. I will tell
Okay.
Raju to create